record button, and then I'll say, yo, what up? How's it going, man?
Pretty good, man. How are you?
I'm well. I'm very, very well. It was good to meet you down in Florida.
It was great meeting you too, man.
But anywho, we're not here for a reunion. We're here for a deck doctor. We're doing Kirishima 2, one of the new DLCs. Man, my one of my favorite characters. Actually, I think I could say this fully. It's my favorite character to come out of set 2. There, I said it. The official stance. Kirishima 2 is my favorite character from set 2.
So, well, obviously, likewise.
So, with that, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna do a deck doctor. So, go ahead and hit me with the elevator pitch of what you got going on with your Kirishima 2 deck while I go and I figure out some stuff.
Well, the DLCs just came out. I was looking through all the characters, and Kirishima stood out to me, so I looked at everything. I went the Earth route. I liked, since all the old Hardened stuff is all Earth only, I pretty much just, I was like, well, I guess I gotta go Earth then.
Right.
So I went that route with my attacks and stuff. As for the actions, I was not sure what to run, so I went with a 2-2 split. And yeah, for my foundation, I pretty much try to go with like Earth good stuff.
Love that.
Yeah, I don't know how else to describe it. Just like anything that's good in Earth, just throw it in there.
Yeah, no, that makes sense to me. Doing a bit more looking. Okay, so you just, are you trying to make this like a Kirishima fan deck, or what are you thinking there?
I mean, just something I can take the locals and hope to top with.
Okay. Because go to end, because I think you're leaving a lot on the table just playing all these hardened cards. Don't get it twisted. I think these hardened cards are very good, but I think just playing these ones are a little, like, you've got 20 attacks and they all have the word hardened in them.
Go hard or go home, right?
Go hard or go home. Truly. But yes, I'm doing a little bit of looking. From here, go ahead and hit me with the elevator pitch of what's going on foundation wise. What's going on there?
Well, I am not the best at deck building, clearly, since I'm here.
Fair. Okay.
So I just threw in anything I thought that would be helpful in some way. Like, obviously, like I feel like learning the standards is like should be like a staple of this deck. Obviously, same thing with homage to the new hero. Again, since I'm running all the hardened cards, I figured hardened would be something to run in here. Yeah. Yeah, I think I just thought of just like, hey, what would be good enough? Throw it in there.
Fair.
I think that's pretty much everything I came up with.
Let me do one more incredibly quick pass through the earth symboled stuff, because I think I got everything that I wanted to really get. So first and foremost, I think the number one thing that I would be doing with Kirishima 2, and this is the spice that you'll maybe see on Sunday, is I think that there's all but no reason not to play like a 30 attack 50 card deck. I think this guy should be swinging so many attacks, so many. And there's like no reason to be playing a 60 card deck with only 20 attacks. That is crazy to me. And so the fact that we are playing so few attacks is baffling. It's baffling. And there's a lot of different things, a lot of different ways that you can take this type of deck. And I'm doing just a smidge more looking and making sure that I see everything that I want.
Yeah, that's just I never even thought of just 30 attacks, 50 card deck.
Yeah. Well, he gets to just build foundations down from his hand. So like you just don't need foundations, and you just like will redraw the attacks and the foundations that you have, and then hardened jab is like insane. Like that card is nuts in this character. Actually unfair. I think Frenzy is like a little mid, but like there's like things that you can do about it. I think Crusher's fine. It's probably good, but it's interesting. It's interesting. I don't want a tag that matches 2 more symbols from your starting character. And couple to your hand. This card's so insane. Holy cow! I'm so glad this card's unique. All right. I think I'm good. Okay, so I've just put 1,000 cards in your. Oh, I've pressed the wrong button. I've now put 1,000 cards into your sideboard. We've put so many. So we will do this. So first and foremost, the fact that you're playing the entire hardened package is neato. It's so neat. I don't think that you need Pummel out of 4 of. I don't think that you need Frenzy out of 4 of. I don't think you need a Crusher out of 4 of. I think these are all neat cards, but so Pummel gives more damage, we give damage. Frenzy builds itself down, but like what are we doing with that? The reason it's so crazy in Kirishima 1 is he gets to pick it right back up. We don't get to pick that card back up except for with Jab. But there's other things we can pick up with Jab because Jab picks up anything. And we're going to be building any attack that we want. I think it is crazy that we're not playing 4-back Ellie Haymaker. I think that card is nuts. I think this card is unfair, especially in a character like this. Same thing with like Texas Smash. Same thing with like Missouri Smash. I think these kind of cards are really good. I think Kronfrog Takedown is a really good card to slam it at the beginning of your card pool. Say it doesn't count as progressive. If you check poorly on it, right, you commit your 2 foundations. Kirishima says that you get to rebuild those foundations back and then draw a fresh card, right? Because you destroy one of those committed foundations that we don't care about. You build a card out of your hand, a foundation we don't care about, and then raw draw a move. Oh, neat. It's another attack. All right, I have another attack to keep swinging at you and just trying to go as hard as I can. Your character is just a copy of Hardened Chop, which its Chop and Jab are like insane, which is like the reason we have to play a very different deck under the other 2 symbols. A very different deck. The other attacks that we get to look at, like if you want to be an absolute baller, you could play Alleyway Ambush. Like if you just wanted to be the craziest person of all time. Because if there is a person to string out on turn 3 5 attacks out of their hand, it's Kirishima too. He can do that. And then these ones just don't count towards progressive and just like sling 5 and then be fine. And then face tank 1 move. You just partial block 1 thing for free. Like this character is so unbelievably aggressive. He's so aggressive. I love it. I think it's so awesome. And you're missing like Relentless Barrage. Easily could be in your deck instead of the Frenzy, right? Hardened Crusher is a punch. That's neat. You could be playing Naval Laser Beam to make sure that your opponent like can't actually stop you from, like, you could just breaker them, right? Breaker them once and they swing another move and you just say that, you know, this one only deals half. And then my last one is no Texas Smash, question mark? This card's nuts. This card's not fair. You with me?
Yes. That was weird.
So I think like there's just like a ton of options. Like to the like the very first thing is I would cut Pummel down to a 2 of. I don't like Frenzy, but I get it if you have to keep it. I think Crusher is going to come down to a 2 of, because I think it's neat, but it's not insane. And Haymaker is going to go to a 4 of. Yeah, let's play for this card. This card's crazy. This card's correct. This card is the reason all these stupid life decks are winning everything. This card is the reason that the good symbol just won something this past weekend, right? It's almost exclusively off the back of this card. This card is an ultra rare in a rare's body. You should be playing at bare minimum 3 of this card in every deck that can run it. At bare minimum, you should be playing at least 3. And this deck gets away with 4 because you just build stuff. Build. And so we are still at our 20 attacks, which I'm down to keep 20 attacks in our deck, but I want to cut this down to as low of a number as possible. I want to hit like 20 attacks in a 55 card deck, and I think that you'll be fine.
Okay.
Yeah, that is how I feel, and I've thrown a ton of stuff in the sideboard in order to help out with what you got going on. All right. Foundation wise, internship with best genus. Hit me with what's going on this card.
Um, Zero cost. Pretty much. Just a good zero cost, I guess.
I love it. Okay, so this card is cool. This card is neat. This card is gone. If we want to play a zero cost, the zero cost that we always play is It Can't Be Fixed. It's got a better block. It has a better ability. It is actually not a dead card while on our stage. This is just the better card. And so we very, very, very much want to play that. I like learning the standards a lot in here. Learning the standards combined with Kirishima's responsibility is hilarious. I think it's going to get cut down, though. I think cut down to a 2 is chill. Homage to My Hero, doing the same thing, is a 3 of. Harden, crazy that you were playing the entire full Harden package and you're not playing 4 Harden. What is going on there?
Well, the reason I was running at 4, but like I just dropped down to 3 just to help with my my blocks.
Makes sense. That makes sense to me. This is gonna be a 2 of. Okay, so where are we at now? 53. Look, we've done it. I believed in us. Okay, so foundations that I think that we could add in. I like Manly Friendship a lot in this kind of a deck. I like Tutoring Kirishima a lot in this kind of a deck. This card is like a really interesting one-hit combo, or like two-part combo of you use Kirishima to destroy one of your foundations. Take any card from your hand. The card we're going to choose is Tutoring Kirishima, and we're going to build it face down. And then from there, we are going to use on our second move. We're going to use Kirishima again, destroying the Tutoring Kirishima to then response for move after it enters your discard pile during the enhanced step. It has. Your opponent flips 1 foundation. And so, and then you get to draw your card, you get your damage, and so on and so forth. Everybody loses their mind. Revelo's Masterpiece.
I did know that's how that works.
It certainly is. Same thing with Bakugo too, right? So like Tutoring Kirishima says you could enhance flip your powerful attack. It's 3 damage, and so you could give your Hardened Crusher the 3 damage and then destroy it if you build it in face up per se, and then you destroy it with Kirishima. It just says that if it's in your discard pile, blow it up. Yeah.
Wow.
Best Genius isn't quite dead on stage for this Kirishima. It is a foundation worth popping to build attacks. We only destroy committed cards, and the cards that we're committing are our face downs, and so it's fine. I never want to destroy a face down to rebuild destroy a build up to rebuild a face down. No finishing blast for more flip. No Black Ace. That's not what we're doing. We're killing people. We're not trying to flip their cards. Who cares about flipping their cards? I think Glamorous is really cool. Someone to style is probably the correct choice, though. I'm going to have to fill in our last 2 cards. To make this the 55 card deck. Yes, it does destroy itself to do the stuff, to destroy 1 to ready itself, but we're playing because of how we're playing, we want to be like building it as much as we can. The biggest thing with Kirishima, with this Kirishima and this Kirishima list specifically, is 99.999 times out of 10 you don't want to build an attack. You just don't want to build the attack. You always want to build a foundation and then like pray that you don't slam an attack. How do I convince you to take this Frenzy out? Because I just want to put it in Texas Smash.
No, I mean, I'm not hard to convince. Just take it out.
Love it. It's gone. Yeah, I think Frenzy is neat. It is a 1-2 combo or 1-2 tactic with jab, but there's just going to be like every attack in our deck gets to be Frenzy. So I just don't think it's there. So the absolute worst glaring flaw inside of our deck currently is this number right here. This number is bad. Only having 9 low blocks feels pretty rough. And so we certainly can do things like adding in more faith shields or taking and putting in. We've already got 3 Manly Passionates. We could do what's our block zones look like? What are our lows? Manly Passionate, High Value, Homage. We could put in. There was a low block in here that I saw. Forcing Surrender. Glamorous, Forcing Surrender, Childhood Friends, all beautiful low blocks. Like putting in 1 Childhood Friend says that like when they auto block your hardened jab, you just this says shares 2 or more symbols. Just kidding, it's gone. Hey, Forcing Surrender and Glamorous are really good choices. Like really good choices inside of this deck. uh, Forcing Surrender says that like when your opponent's card pulls stuff, so you get rid of it. Glamour says that when you use something like your Manly Passionate guy, you get to unflip it back. But in order to do that, we need to take out things like Celebrity Status. We need to take out, we put Training Method down to like a 3 of, Harden down to a 2 of, in order to do stuff like that. Which I think I'm going to do. I think I'm going to put in the 3. And we're going to put you down to 3. We're going to put you down to 2. And then we might just leave it there. 56 cards. We've got 12 low blocks. I think I feel more comfortable with 12 low blocks as opposed to not. Just because we do have our face that we get the response after my rival attack is not blocked. It deals half damage. So essentially, I get to partial block these lows.
I like it a lot.
Heck
now,
yeah.
My question is, how do you feel about the actions?
I think Ready, Set, Go is fine, but a meme, it feels really good to just like power through your deck. I know in my list, I'm probably going to be playing, if I'm playing the Earth Symbol, I'm probably going to be playing Ready, Set, Go at a 4 of, and not be playing very many Foundations. I'm going to be playing a lot of attacks. Like, I'm going to play 4 Ready, Set, Go. I'm going to play 4 Sugar Rush Power Up in a 50-card deck with 30 attacks and, like, 16 Foundations is, like, where I'm going to start with this list. And, like, test it from there and, like, pick the good ones and play them as much as I can. As much spam as I can. Just trying to windmill slam my opponent and just see how far and how deep of a turn that I can have. So I think this card is really, really good. It definitely loses a lot of impact if you go first, because like it's not a foundation you get to build, and you want to have a big stage so that you in this character you sometimes become an 8-hander, right? Because of like how you're rebuilding and continuing. Like you get to play all 6 cards out of your hand, even the 2 random ones you get off the top, if you have a big enough stage to do so.
Okay.
Yeah, so like it is an option, but if we do that, like if we increase these numbers, then we probably should be cutting Foundations, because like we have to be slinging moves. You have to be the beatdown. You know what that means?
No.
You have to take point in the tempo of the game. If you feel like your opponent is being more aggressive than you, or if you feel like your opponent is controlling the game and not letting you play the game, you should just scoop and go to the next one. That's a harsh reality, and you shouldn't play that way, but that's just kind of how this character wants to work, right? Is I look at my hand, and if I'm not slinging 3 to 4 attacks every single turn, then I've done something wrong. Then something terrible has happened with my shuffling and my RNG and whatever. You have to sling, have to sling, have to sling. He's got an enhance that says you have a flow. You have 2 flow abilities on 1 enhance and a damage pump, and then you have a free half block every turn. That's crazy. That's so insane. That is so insane. And not only that, but the enhance, you get to re-ready Foundations on your turn. On your opponent's turn, twice per turn. Destroy a Foundation, put a card from your hand, draw a card. You just draw a fresh block and then get to sling it again. God, this character's so nuts. This character's so sweet. And so, like, you should constantly be using that ability to just ready a Foundation. Ready a Foundation, slam one down in your stage, redraw, sling another attack, sling another attack, sling another attack. The fact that Back Alley builds in things, the fact that your new training method builds in things, you should just be swinging over and over and over again, just as much as you can. If you feel like you're not drawing 3 attacks every turn, increase this number. Get rid of the other 6 cards in your deck, maybe. Just like maybe get rid of the Ready, Set, Goes. Just swing.
Okay.
All in all, I think this is a totally fine starting point for a, and I'll use this word, and I don't mean to say it, a very timid Kirishima 2 list. This is very much like a I don't want to say mid-range, because like that's like a yucky word, but like this is a I'm gonna play 2 to 3 attacks every turn Kirishima and hope that I play some good solid defense. But I think that eventually you're gonna push this up to closer to like a 30 attack deck. I mean, that's probably where it's gonna closer to be. But for the deck that you brought me, I think that this looks a little cleaner.
Okay. Since I guess I have to ask. Like if I were to like make this a 30 attack deck, what would I throw in?
what attacks would you go with?
Yeah.
My personal opinion is I think that I mean, we've already slammed in these Texas Smashes. I would slam in Relentless Barrages because, like, you just get them out of your deck, and you don't mind building them down as foundations early because you can just destroy the foundation. It goes to your discard pile. You pick it back up. And then Naval Laser Beams, easy. For Chrome Fog takedowns, easy. Yeah, I think there's just, like, a lot of stuff that you could do there. And then I would probably play 4 Sugar Rush Power Up, 4 Ready, Set, Go. And then just, like, all these 2 diffs that you play, just cut. Glamorous is probably just gone. One of the standards is just gone. I like Homage to My Hero. It's just gone. Harden, gone. New Training, probably still there. I don't know. It's iffy. Actually, New Training seems nuts in this deck. What about how it looks like? Because I think I'm going to put New Training back to a 4 of. Summoner Style, Harden. It can't be fixed. Where are we at? Man. Okay. I think New Training is insane in this deck, but I can't find room for a 4th. What we actually could do is we could actually here's what we do. You ready? We're gonna put New Training here, and we're gonna drop this down to 0, and then we're gonna look at our number. It's 55. We figured it out. We've done it. We've done it. Yeah, this card's insane. Actually, in our deck, this card is nuts. After you build this card, build a foundation in Committed. It's crazy. And then after you check a foundation, add it to your hand, and it's commit flip, and so that you just, like, use Kirishima to destroy this committed foundation and slam that extra card that you got down, and then redraw. Nuts. Could you imagine this guy with coordinated effort? Well, I could not imagine this guy could extend his turns even further to go further beyond. Is there anything in here that you vehemently disagree with?
Not at all.
Perfect. Then stay on the line long enough to let me shoot you over this list. Thank you again for the support on Patreon, and thank you for letting me wax poetic about how awesome this character is. I think he's my favorite character from set 2, hands down.
Awesome.
All right.
Thank you so much.
You are very welcome. We'll catch you next time, okay?
Awesome.
Peace.
Will do.